What's up, gang? I'm gonna have a sell here. This is kind of early, but we're bouncing off this level here. 30-minute top wick. I'm looking for a flip and a fill of the wick down. And that is 13 pips. That was really fucking fast. But that's the idea behind my VWAP entries. No problem. I had the same idea here. What up, bro? How are you doing, dog? How's everything? Gold's getting annoying to trade. Price action has been shit. I will 100% agree with you. Like, what the fuck was this? What was this? 460 pips before our first pullback? Are you fucking serious? 460 pips before our first pullback. I would like to get closures below here, right? I would like to get closures below here on the higher time frame. A OG in the building. Will you tell us when you enter? Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that guy? Hedging is when the grass on the outside of your house that looks kind of like a fence grows a little too much, and that's what you call a hedge. And when you shave it down, you call that a hedging. I gave him a good hedging. Damn, that VWAP play would have played out spectacular twice. It turns into a bush when it's below waist level. Above waist level, hedges. Below waist level, bush. What up, dog? I bet you $1 million that's options. Let's get a closure here. Close. Ah, I know exactly who it is. The mechanic of sorts. Some kind of a mechanic. Why are my hands sweaty, dog? Hey, sometimes I do feel like a doctor. I got into some lady's house and she looks at me and she goes, "You're gonna save me, right?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she goes, "It's so hot I need you to fix this as fast as you can. I think I fixed it within like 15 minutes. Yeah, but right now it's 83 outside. Without any air conditioning, you're sweating so much. You'll probably die without air conditioning, to be honest. Do you think you would be able to sleep in a sauna? And that's why they're so angry all the time. Let's get a closure on this 15-minute below. So when I was younger and I used to go visit Cuba for vacation, I would go to Cuba for anywhere between 30 and 40 days. I would go anywhere between 30 and 40 days, and where I lived was in the middle of the ranch, and there was no air conditioning there. Half the time there wasn't even any power. Because it's on the outskirts, they preserve the power for the main cities, so the outskirts get power outages a few hours a day, sometimes half the day. And bro, you would, without any air conditioning, you take a shower, you go to sleep at night, and you wake up in the morning, and you need to change your sheets and take a shower again, because you just sweated all night. And now that we sent money over to my family and we built air conditioners for them, uh, the power goes out at night, because they're like, nah, you need it during the day, not at night. And you're like, well, at night when I sleep, I want to preserve power, so I'll sweat during the day and I'll sleep comfortable at night. Nope, they shut your power off at night. So just turn it down a couple hours before, let your room get super fucking cold, and when it's time to sleep, when they shut your power off, you just run into the room and close the door and don't open it. Alright, so we're about to have a 15-minute closure. The 15 minutes respecting this area of support. We have some sort of money printer kind of place setting up here, but it already closed, and we're just ranging here. I was cleaning out my car and I found a rare coin. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Motherfucking Abe Lincoln. I looked it up on eBay and they're selling for 10 bucks. Not a fan. I'm gonna have a buy stop here. On the break of this high, if we start to break out above here, respecting this, targeting at least these highs here. So that activated me. We should get a pop here. I think price is trying to come up since we respected the weekly low on the 4 hour from last week and may be trying to create some high on the 4 hour. Yeah, I'm playing the range, right? I'm playing the rejection continuation to fill the top of the range. Possibly get we could be rejecting off of these moves here. We have decent range. We need to respect this level, right? And then pop up and continue re-breaking the highs. That would make the most sense. Excuse me. What's up, Chamo? How are you, bro? Yeah. Enough of a bottom wick. I mean, shit, we never came back for this one, bro. And look how far we drove before coming back for this one. The way gold is moving lately, I mean, shit, the time I buy might be the time it pulls back, and I've been shorting the highs the whole time. But it is what it is. Spot looks different. What does spot look like to you? What is spot? You think spot's a buy? Or a sell? Oh, and the VWAP here is much lower. Oh, the trade been played out here. Yeah, it looks much different here. No daily top wick here. Is 130 pips enough of a daily bottom wick? I would say so. Alright, so this just invalidated my idea. So now I will be looking to manage risk and see how we can work on getting out of here. 3 minutes for this hourly closure. While we're sitting here in drawdown, I want to talk about how fucking crazy the markets have been and how it's literally taken a toll on everybody. And I would say getting through these moments and these markets and these conditions are what truly is the true tell if you're really in this or not. These conditions and these kind of whipsaws, and like today we had no pullback for 400 pips. I had to eat that L. There was no pineapple attempts for 400 pips. I gave back everything that I made this week. I was on a roll, bro. I was like on a 7 or 8 win streak. I was up like 300 pips. And I took a 400 pip loss. Doji hourly closure. We're starting to come down now. I've been scalping like crazy. Alright, so this is the daily low. This is where I'm going to take a pineapple. See if we can flip on the 15 and get that 15 money printer bullish. That's ugly. It's a 5 bearish closure. All of our moving averages are scooping. We're below this. This looks like quite the dump. I'm really only going to give it to this level here. If this level doesn't work out, I'm gonna have to take the loss there. Okay, here comes the volume. It be like that. It be like that. I would assume we get one last takeoff before coming down. What up, dude? How are you? Right now I'm in drawdown. With all those wicks to the downside, I do believe that we're going to get another retest of the high before coming back down. So I think this is kind of a conservative TP. And if it does hit the TP, it'll pull a runner all the way down here. And then I'll set a trailing stop on that runner just below this level for the possibility of catching a runner. Yeah, this just needs another re-break of the high, and I do believe this is good. That should be the 15 money printer flipping. That should be the 30-minute flipping bullish, giving us a top wick here. The same wicks that it gave us to the downside. I believe we should get them to the upside at least. I agree with you. It looked cleaner once we formed all these wicks down here and then broke out here, but the second that we did this once again, it started diminishing the probability. But then we came back up and we closed back into range. We're starting to form structure here. If we re-break the high, our 15 money printer would activate, our 30 would flip and give us a top wick, our hourly would flip and give us a top wick for the hourly range after rejecting these lows at this bullish level. So I think right now is just being patient for me. Like this morning, I think that I wasn't doing my analysis like I was now. Every time that I saw a slight rejection, I would take a pineapple, and then when I first got that pullback, I'm like, all right, I have to take the loss. I mean, this is structure. This is where I'm trailing my stops at. So a 5 position closed at 10 pips. I'm gonna trail my stop here at the VWAP. Oh, it got me. So that's all positions hit 10 pips on the dot, so that's 20 pips. I'm up 47 pips for the night. I don't like this closure. I would have waited for a breakout out of the rage. Damn, it pulled me back to take me out. But what can I do? Yeah, but it's just taking a breath and being patient. After taking a loss and then making it back and then taking a loss again and like, fuck. But hey, I promise you I will get a payout. And not a little baby payout. So look, I'll tell you exactly how many pips I caught on that trade. I technically caught 47 pips on that trade, and I'm going to explain to you how that worked. We longed right here, right? And then we also longed down here, right? This TP hit the break-even point for this trade. This trade closed out break even. This trade closed out full profit for 48 pips. So one entry, 48 pips. One entry, break even. Or you could say 20 pips on a stacked position, which is 40. Or 20, whatever the math is. But if you end up closing a pineapple at break even, you can technically say you caught more pips. But that pineapple has to close break even. If this one is plus 50 and this one is minus 40, that's a loss and a win, versus this being a break even and this being a massive win. I feel like the breakout now, whatever way is going to be liquidity, could be a lot due to the ranges. So I'm thinking of the higher time frame sentiment when I'm looking at where the breakout could be. So we just had the celery play to the upside, and we filled half the range and pulled back. Not the full wick, but we filled this and we pulled back. We have a major resistance here to this level that we never reached. If we look at the daily, on the daily candle here, we closed barely, what do you call that? Marabos, whatever the fuck you call this candle. Ugly closure, respecting this main resistance here, this resistance here. So we have formed an area of resistance here. Strong one. I would say that's about the middle. With all this liquidity at these previous highs, I think that the market just decided to wait for Trump to say some shit. It's literally wedging. We're getting a wedge. Dun, dun. And it's a bullish wedge too, if you're a pattern trader. So, economically, this is what I've been looking into, but it's hard to say. But what happened every time that Trump announced a war with Russia, or bombs in Russia, or war in Israel, blah, 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 blah? Gold flew. Every time they announced tariffs, gold flew. Trump has already announced the majority of his tariffs. He's already doubled down on certain places. So the US is almost all in. The wars, what more can we start? All that can happen is wars ending. We already have resolutions coming up with, and Russia agreeing to a resolution. So in a couple of weeks, we're gonna know the resolution to that. So that's good news. China already lifted some tariffs secretly on a few imports, American imports, or some of the exports on a few things. So that's good. If all of these things that generally make gold go up, now the opposite is starting to slowly roll out, we should see a major correction in gold. I feel like if the wars end, the tariffs start to lighten up, trade deals start to get made, the dollar starts to go up in value, I think that gold should start to come down. I'm gonna wait for this 30 closure here. I'm up 50 pips for the night, so I'm not trying to rush. A break of the low here doesn't look bad, but I want a full closure, higher time frame, because we haven't had a single higher time frame closure. I want a pullback and then a rebreak of the low, and then that's when I can take entries. That money printer. Young Moolah, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys my song, my favorite song right now.
La gloria, Padre, perdóname por la sangre que a través de mi mano va a correr. Hoy le piso la cabeza al diablo, Flow San Miguel. Enemigo mío, esto el que venere a Lucifer. Marcas de guerra, son mi testimonio. La especialidad de la casa, me dedico a cazar demonio.
Probably playing this shit when I'm in the gym.
La única cadena que no te quitaron te pesa y esa es la del odio. Todo se combate con fuego, te está comiendo vivo el ego. Palpula de campo y hiciste botar los chavos del abogado Tego. Trini, dejaste ese fronteo, fondeaba si venía el conteo. Dejaste arrollado a tu co-defender, por eso no te la capeo. David y Goliat, me respalda Dios contigo, voy a matarme en la raya.
Yeah, I can't play that song too long or else I'm gonna get literally stream sniped by the copywriters. I have no clue what's being said. He's killing it. What the fuck is going on here? I prefer... I'm not really listening to Bad Bunny much anymore. I'm listening to more like my favorite shit. This looks good right before the 30. I took this same trade Sunday night. We're so close to that 30 closure. I want to set a sell stop so bad, but I gotta wait for the higher time frame. Because if this 30 closes when no bottom wick, I'm not interested in taking sells. I need this to pull back, remain closing below, remain below. Now, like English music wise, I've been listening to some of like the more underground, like younger guys. I play this at the gym. I for sure play Future. the older future, not the new stuff. Bro, I play this when I'm about to deadlift. I'm about to have 3 copyright strikes on this stream. 3 copyritos. Whoa, look at that shit. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do 2 minutes before the close, you little bitch? Look at that dump. That would have gave us a total of 16 pips full closure had I been in that. Let's wait for this 30. We have our first 30-minute closure closing outside of the range. We have our first 15-minute closure closing outside of the range. We have our first higher time frame, our first 5-minute closing outside of the range. We've respected the range here and here. This would be the first closure outside of the range. If we can do that, let's get that pullback on that 30-minute on the flip. Maybe if the 30-minute top wick taps this level here, I can take a top wick entry down. But that's pretty steep up. I would like to remain under this white line as we close here. If we close above this white line, then that's respecting. Oh, that's only respecting on the 5, but that 30, 15, and the rest are closing below. But we for sure need that top wick before I take that rebreak. Depending on how steep the top wick is, I'll either set a stealth stop on the break of the low of the candle or the break of the daily low. Because here we have clean range and we have resistances here. Bang. So we just closed. 30-minute close. We have a slight bottom wick there. And we're coming down without a bottom wick. So if we can tap here, we already did. There we go. I'm gonna have a sell stop. I don't know, I'm gonna give it some room. It's gotta officially break. I mean, we have 50 pips until the next support here. It's just clean range down. That's fine right there. Caught the whole range down 100 on sells. You savage. These markets are wilding out. Bum, 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 bum. It tapped a level 33.41 on futures. Rejecting off these levels is clean. This just looks extremely clean on the 4 hour. It's just about, is it going to do it now or is it going to do it later? On the 4-hour, this looks extremely good. Closure below, break, retest, re-break of the low. To be honest with you, I wish I had the balls to hold a trade for 100 pips. I don't even have the balls to hold a trade for 30 pips. Like, literally, I get like a gut feeling inside, and I'm like, close. And then later I look back and I'm like, wow, I could have closed partials and trailed stops. I was like, if I would have closed two contracts and left that partial running, I would have risked 30% of the profits for potentially making 100% of the profits within that runner. Like when I caught that 250 pip Nasdaq trade, that runner made me 4 times as much as the original position. Yeah. Especially when I go into drawdown, there are certain trades where it's just setting up perfectly for a continuation. It was just grabbing more liquidity. And I close at 10 pips. And I'm like, bro, but I just got the scoop, respective support. I got the breakout. I got everything that I was looking for. Again, if I were to take another entry, but since I was risking 3 different entries, I got a little scared and I was like, all right, I'm just going to close them all. And I'm like, cool, I made like 80 pips or 90 pips because I closed them all. I closed like 5 entries or 4 entries at 15 pips. So sorry, it's like 17 pips. So what's 4 times 17? I don't know, like 60 something. Boom, 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 boom. Damn, my music's off. Gold is a little bitch, huh? This is why I like to set buy stops and sell stops, so that way I don't get impulsive and market execute and then start to get fucking destroyed. That's why I have my TP right here. There's nothing holding us back, sorry, besides this little level here. So I can have my TP right here at like 22 pips. There should be no reason why I can't close here at 22 pips and then hold my runner. Bum, 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 bum. What it do, baby? Check it out, check it out, check it out. I'm a professional with a mic arm. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Bam, 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 bam. I don't want it away. Check it out. Away, back. Ew, 5-minute time frame. You're ugly. We respected this level here. Cuidado, hacer it. Hell yeah, bro. If you guys are here, drop a like, bro. Drop a like. Looks like we got a little break of a slight little trend line. We got the bougie scoop. We're flipping bullish here. It looks like the sells might have been a fake out. Kind of like what Nate Dogg said. The first breakout might just be a fake out. So let's see how we drive down here. If I see us driving down here with volume, I'll set my sell stop again. But if I see that we're hovering like this again, that I don't think I'm gonna set that sell stop. I'll be ready. Hey, I'm gonna let you know something. This year is it. It's right there. It's right there. Damn. How was your guys' day? The camera quality looks better. All I did was plug it, unplug it, and plug it back in. Let's get a top wick on this 15 and then a re-break of the low. Patience. I need that top wick. And then I can set that sell stop. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Dumped straight down. Tiny little top wick. Or some poor market executioner. Executioner. Alright, I'm gonna have a sell stop. At 33.40. How much past the low is that? At 7 pips, I'll bring it up a couple pips. This is the song that they play at the strip club before anybody gets there, so that they don't waste all the good music.
I'm working on trying to find someone that would sell me a Sony camera, one of the professional cameras on the Facebook Marketplace. I'm not trying to buy it full price. There's this Sony X something that's it's made for vloggers, and it does that blurry background, the auto focus, all that shit, and it's made for streaming as well. So you just plug it in instead of having this crappy webcam. What up, dog? Big dog in the house. The big terp. It's China going to open, Eddie. Ding dong ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Should we play this for China Open? Whipsaw, pull up to the upside. Upside, upside to the upside. Psych. I need my chill music labs. I'm gonna delete this and wait 8 minutes. Let me use the bathroom real quick. have been activated here, and it would have ran for 17 pips, would have hit TP, and the runner would have been running right now before China opened. That's wild. Alright, let's wait. Hourly closure. In the meantime, in the meantime, kitty pee, goosh, 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 goosh. This thing can drive, alright? I don't give a shit. I need to wait for this hourly closure. Not interested. My trade played out. My runner is running. Mentally, I removed it because of the hourly closure coming up too close and the price not activating yet. The chances of it driving the last 10 minutes of the hourly, not very likely. So, this is a 1 in 100 trade that plays out, right? Not worried. I've brought my account back from drawdown. I'm back positive on the account. I would have been up $2,100 in less than 4 trading days. But I took another loss. So currently up 289. Chris, don't call it yet. Wait for this China open. Watch the volume in 4 minutes. There's a ton of liquidity left over from New York, but I bet it's coming down all night through London. My TP hit, bud. Well, you can set another entry, another TP, and you can have double TP hit. I'm already out. That's what's up. All you need is another full port for 10 pips, 5 lots, and you pass. Good shit, bro. Look into Replicanto, the copy trader. It does cost money, right? But if you're very comfortable with swing trading off of TradingView, you can connect your main account through TradingView and it will copy all of the other accounts. But it does cost a decent amount. Or you stick to your computer and you learn how to use the TradeAvate app. Six figures, bro. You're killing it, dog. Alright, so this hourly just closed. I'm gonna have a sell stop. Damn, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I don't have the right lot size. I think we dump here for a while. Yeah, that would have been 10 pips right there, 11 pips. Alright, let's see. Talk about whatever the fuck you want in the chat. So, you can say whatever you're comfortable saying, because we have people in the chat that are brand new, that are learning. We also have people that have 7-figure live accounts. We also have people that are making $20,000-$30,000 a day. Some of you guys are fucking killing it. Some of you guys are making thousands in a day. So, whatever you say, it's all your own journey and your own progress. If you pass a funded account, congratulations, dog. 90% of people can't do so. If you get a payout, congratulations, bro. 90% of people can't do so. Like, the new people really need to see the ups and downs of this, how you blow an account, how you make it back, how in the beginning of the year I had 150k in funding and then I blew it and now I have 600k. So like, it's trial and error, progression, stoicism, psychology, all that stuff put together. Facts, bro. Facts, facts, facts. If we re-break that low, I'm gonna have a sell stop. That activated me. I haven't had dinner yet. Once this session's over, I'll go maybe get some Chick-fil-A. Yeah. I was kind of in a rush today. Not in a rush, I was just like lollygagging too much and I didn't have time. The thing with Taco Bell is that the food doesn't fill me too much. It does, this level is just being a bitch. My music started lagging. Does that mean that there's volume incoming? I suppose there is. Waiting for this 1 minute closure. See what it does. So we close bearish. A rebreak of the low should give us that dump. So I closed partials at 20 pips and I got a runner going. Honestly, I don't know where to put the runner here. Alright, that got me. I saw 7 more pips. Yeah, that's fine. So my TP was at 20. It was at exactly 20 pips. Alright, we closed in profit. We saved some drawdown here on this pullback. Let's see if we can get a re-entry to the downside. That would be very nice. And we can just keep spamming sells all the way down. See, look, we rejected these highs. Now we're rejecting these lows. We have to really confirm by re-breaking the lows. For me. And then the next TP is like 40 pips away, so that's cleaner than clean as shit. We're about to have a 15-minute closure. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick.
Eddie, how you doing? No trades for me today so far. Work. Bro, let me tell you something. Work is how I pay for these funded accounts. $15 just closed. The 15-minute close bearish into this range. Can we get a top wick and then a flip bearish? If not, a minor top wick or a minor pullback to the high. Alright, so what is the sequence of events that just happened here? We have highs here. So last time that we drove off of these areas, we drove, rejected these highs, and came back down and ranged till here and here before we dumped. Same thing happened here. We rejected off this level, came up to the same high, made a low here, rejected here before coming down to give us this range down here that we're looking for. Are we going to come all the way back up here before coming back down? It looks like we've already formed. Yeah, here we never formed anything on our way down, and here we did. So maybe we don't need to. Yeah, here it just dropped straight down and then came back up for orders. Here, it's been hovering here, consolidating, and then closing below. So maybe not. Maybe we're good for continuations. That's just an idea I'm looking at. I have a sell limit here. If we tap VWAP. Bro, you guys seen that shit that caused that power outage in Europe? The something went over the sun. A natural phenomenon. Insane. My brother, I was like, what the heck is this? The post has been deleted. I guess they were lying.
There's more videos that are being released of the UFOs that have been flying around planes, and they're fucking insane. Yeah, if this thing starts dumping, if it starts to re-break the highs, yeah, my sell stop idea is over. I wanted a tap of the VWAP so I can take a sell. Yeah, whatever power outage happened just shows how screwed the world would be if our electromagnetic field ended. If the entire internet ended and there was nothing you can do until they literally reconstructed the internet from the ground up. Bruh. That's why I got these gold notes. And then I have some silver. A silver bar, silver coin. I can bargain if the world ends off grid. I got a big ass gun. You can go to any bullion website that sells bullion, and then you just buy it at spot price plus a little premium. The best one, so right now, because of the fact that gold is so high and silver is so low, I'm stacking up on silver because eventually gold is going to level out and the price of silver is like at halfway to all-time highs. So once silver starts to go up in price, I can start to trade the silver for gold. But yeah, look, I have this American coin. Pretty shiny. And then a 1 ounce bar. These are my favorite. I have these framed that I gotta send one to Wix and one to Don. These are solid 24 karat gold bills. Solid 24 karat. Yeah, I'm collecting silver coins. All right, what's going on here? 5 minute is starting to close bullish. We're getting a nice bullish push here. I'm not liking this. Massive range. What's this hourly looking like? Hourly is looking bullish. 30's looking bullish, respecting that level. The only thing that closed back below, and now we have a 15-minute back above this level. What are you doing, you fucking donkey? could just be grabbing orders for a continuation down. I really needed that to tap.
What are these rejections looking like? 20 pips?
If so, how could we take advantage at the most optimal entry? For me, the wick entry was here. But we were off. I even set it a little lower, but we were off by like 6 or 7 pips. Again, if you want to make money and you just want to have cool stuff, buy silver coins at spot price. You can go to any coin store, you can buy it online, and just pay the shipping premium, or sometimes a lot of places will give you a first-time buyer's discount, and then they won't charge you shipping, so you basically buy the coins and you're instantly in profit. I went through like a couple different websites like Whatnot, and when you first sign up, they give you $15 off. So I bought an ounce coin for basically 50% off. So I bought this coin all automatically in profit. Basically, I bought it in the money. And then I bought this one. It was $45, and I had another $15 coupon, and I got it for $30. The spot price is $38, so I'm literally up $8 on it, and I'm up $15 on the other one already. On these gold bills, I bought them when gold was at around 2,900, and now gold is at 3,300, so that's up like 11%. It's just cool stuff. The world's probably never gonna end. It is eventually, but not like that where you're gonna need gold and shit like that. But to have these cool American silver coins, and then when the silver goes up and gold goes down, you can literally trade 10, 15, 20 coins for some silver, for a bar of gold, and then storing real gold is where it's at. Gold goes up at around 30 to 40% higher than the S&P 500. Silver kind of hits the lows, and then once gold is at a high, they'll start to boom level each other out, and then you can trade one for the other. Yeah, I like to have cool coins. I keep them on my desk. I just play around with them. I found another American dollar. This one's gold. It's plated in gold, not real gold. You're suspect. Gold. Money printer bullish here. For what though? Well, that drove 11 pips. Study the past. 1930s Germany. Gold went to 1 million marks, then back to 2K, then back to 1 mil, then infinity. Yeah. History repeats itself. So right now, when silver is at the halfway to the highs and gold is at all-time highs, price will make a correction. Silver will skyrocket when gold dumps, and then you'll be able to make a nice, beautiful trade-off. And silver's cheap. It's like 38 bucks an ounce. So you can have a pretty decent size for cheap. That top was like 60 something, 70. we just had a 30-minute closure. 30-minute close doji. If we can get a top wick here, it's gotta be interesting. We respect it here. I'm looking for sells. I'm just looking to see how I can get in. Trying to look for closures below here or a sell stop. Alright, so I'm gonna have a sell stop on the break of this low here. That'll be the 15-minute celery play. After closing below, should get the celery. I'm gonna take a sell right here. As we tap VWAP there. This is a 17 pip 1 minute candle. I'm looking for this to come back into range after rejecting here. What a pump, gold. Liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. This is wild. Let's see, where is the most optimal entry? I think it would be right here. I think as we break above the VWAP, we should be able to come back down and retest it. That's 16 pips on 2 entries, that would be 30 pips. We're closing there at 20 Piparuskis. And that's my last trade of the night. Nice. $230 for Asian session. Yeah, that's it for me. Dump, 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 da dump, dump, da dump, dump. This still looks like it's gonna dump for the 5-minute money printer off the VWAP. Very, very interesting here how the 5-minute came all the way back down to retest the VWAP after breaking out. And then now it's driving. Ideally, I wanted to wait for the money printer, especially how we came back down into VWAP, especially how we're extremely bearish for the day. But I'm a pussy. What can I say? Why did you take that pineapple? Strong resistance. So the reason that I took this pineapple was, number one, the money printer right here, off of these strong resistance levels. And usually we're maintaining underneath this level. So imagine this yellow line is just resistance. That's why I took a wick entry here off this resistance. The fact that we flew past it, that means that eventually this is going to come back, retest it, turn it into support before flying up, right? And that's what I was banking on. The resistance here coming back to retest this level before continuing bullish if it was to continue bullish. So that's what I was looking for the retest of this level after breaking out to confirm that this is a breakout above this level and not a fake out. So since we were like 50 pips in the negative and this was a strong resistance that aligned all the way over this way, I took a sell there. So we had the money printer, and the fact that usually when you break out of this, very rarely do you continue out. You'll usually come back, retest it, and then continue. Alright, so the 5 minute just did that. The 15 minute is about to flip bearish. We got 5 minutes for it. The 30 minutes about to flip bearish after a weak doji. The celery is about to play out. I think I'm gonna have another sell stop on the break of this 30 low. Yeah, price action is too good. I'll stay up if this goes into drawdown. Alright, we just hit VWAP. I'm gonna have a sell limit here if we come up and retap it. I'll leave this out here just in case. No, I don't want to. This thing should pop. Minute closure. This 15 minute is about to it needs to remain underneath here. I'm gonna wait on this 15. It's only a minute and a half. Damn, they gave 20? Just before the close, too. 45 seconds. 60 pips on the sells. You fucking savage. That's 127 pip dump. Holy shit. Partials at 80. This guy. I'm closing full and then some at 80. Bearish 15. It's creating a top wick. How steep of a top wick can we get? Hell yeah. That's what I love about the funded accounts. Once you're live, bro, and you're trading larger lot sizes, you're like, shit. Again, if we tap VWAP here, I'm taking another sell. You're below the moving averages there, and there. The Cardi B indicator. The what? Cardi. Alright, I'm gonna have a sell stop on the rebreak of this low. Oop, not 23. 3. That activated me. Alright, I'm break even here. After closing partials at 15. That is a risk-free trade. As soon as we re-break the low here, if it does re-break the low, I'll trail my stops. Ideally, we should get a dump to the daily lows. That would be awesome if this thing just keeps dumping, bro. Can we catch a runner once tonight? So that was at 20 pips on the dot. I closed partials. Yeah, I made. Whoa, you see that? Let's go break even here. Look at that beauty. Keep dumping, baby. You think we can do 100 pips on stream? There it is. So 250 bucks for Asian session. So that's 83 pips. Fucking great. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm back up on the account, $389. Do I have the energy to keep taking sells here? Shit, that's looking clean on the 1 minute, on the 3 minute, on the 5 minute. That's just looking clean. This 10 o'clock closure, when it comes up, this thing should give us a more continuation. It just faked us out several times for some liquidity, but it's straight. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to call it. If this dumps, that's just more proof of concept. Right, we have a 5 minute closure coming up in 3 minutes. The 3 minute has already closed below the most recent range, and we're starting to re-break the lows here. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. I gotta go get dinner. And that is it. Let it dump. Damn, it took my runner out and then kept going. Have a good night, SL. And the concepts work. We just gotta be patient. That's beautiful. That's 18 pips in a second. Yeah, I called it. I actually called it on this one, but then I called it on this one, so now I actually have to call it. So price action is price actioning tonight. We're giving them beautiful setups. So wait this hourly closure out. Let's I'm gonna do a little weekly analysis here and see what we can get. All right, so let's turn off my history. Second. All right. Gold. I was looking for a money printer on the previous monthly because look at how we closed with no top, no bottom wick here. No top, no bottom wick here. On this monthly candle, but we came down, tried to grab orders, and now continued up. Now we're starting to pull back for the last week of this monthly candle. Usually we don't have candles this big. I mean, I don't think in history we've had a candle this big. This monthly candle's range is 5,600 pips. This monthly candle's range is $558. The largest month gold has ever had wasn't even close to that. We are literally in the largest candle in existence and we're trading it. Now, if you had a resistance here and you closed above and now you had this, you would be looking for buys for a continuation here on the flip bullish of the daily high. So by looking at the weekly, this is what you would be looking at, right? Respecting the previous weekly low, we're coming up, we re-break this weekly high, and now we have the celery play to the upside. But there's a lot of economic factors that play into that, right? Depends what Trump says next. Are the US and China gonna figure things out? Or fucking what? If they do, this could be a fake out and we could see and more continuation down. So usually at all-time highs on the monthly candles and the weekly candles, what do you see? You get that big impulsive high and then followed a week of bearish momentum, and then you never come back to these levels up here. So you leave like a little empty block there, which could be similar to what we're doing here, right? We created the high and now we're doing that same thing that we usually do at all-time highs. So you create that high, you come down, this is starting to form. We created that high, this is starting to form. So could this be the initiation of the full dump? So like we just had price close below this level many times on the hourly, and now we came back up and we're retesting these highs. We have a major gap here that we've already filled. Usually when you retest those gaps, price likes to dump off that and mimic the move. This 30-minute top wick is so fucking nice. $15-minute, respecting this level here on the 15-minute time frame. But we're starting to close lower and lower and lower into the range. Continuation sells down don't look bad. If we were looking for sells here, don't worry, right? We just filled the range. We're pulling back. If we do respect this level here and then re-break the low, that's perfect structure for continuation down. Low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. So are we at any type of weekly SMA? We bounced off the weekly SMA. That's the weekly. It's just this level here. Huh. Look at how we're rejecting. Oh no, it's not. It was this level. Have a wonderful night, everybody. My mic was muted. I was talking some shit here, but I'm not going to repeat any of it. All I was saying really was that I just got to grind. That, we got to get this fucking money, bro. We got to put in this work while Trump's in office, while we have these accounts alive, before Apex says, fuck, Eddie, you're taking too much of my money. If we tap VWAP here, that's an insta sell. If you tap VWAP, that's instant sells. Hey, have a good night, Vicky, Spaceman, Nate, Bougie, SL, Drizza. I appreciate you for showing up, brother. Yes, I agree, Drizza, 100%. I'm just trying to eat, dog. I need to go to sleep, bro. Fuck. Thank you for showing up, bro. Much love. Thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate you guys for showing up, man. Just know we killed it. Killed it. Have a wonderful night.